These are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating. And we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to top stories, we're on a whole new orbit.
Now on NBC Palm Springs at 11, evacuation warnings for the Pirate Fire have been lifted. Updates on the blaze ahead. Plus, Palm Springs Mayor Ron DeHart ordered all flags at city buildings and properties to have staff to honor Harold Matzner. Additional details on the philanthropist ahead. NBC Palm Springs at 11 starts right now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening, I'm Tiani Jadaling. Thank you for joining us. All remaining evacuation warnings for the Pirate Fire have been lifted. That's tonight's top story. The fire burning in Jurupa Valley has burned over 550 acres and is now 20% contained. Evacuation orders were issued for the fire Friday evening, but were reduced to evacuation warnings on Saturday. This announcement came from CAL FIRE as firefighters continue to build containment lines. There is a care and reception site which was established at Jurupa Valley High School. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. And we're taking a live look now from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. One person out there, safe to say there's some beautiful conditions out there. Temps have dropped ever so slightly, and that's what we like to see here in the Coachella Valley. As for our current temps at the moment, this is coming from the Palm Springs International Airport, 95 degrees. That humidity has dropped about 10% from what we were seeing at about 5 or 6 today to 25%. Safe to say it is not as sticky outside as it was earlier, and thank goodness for that. As for our temps at the moment, we just saw Palm Springs 95 and Thousand Palms 92. Up in Desert Hot Springs, 89 this evening, not even in the 90s, go them. In Indio, 92 degrees. As we get further west, Banning 78. Big Bear might need a jacket if you're there this evening, 54 degrees and some hot cocoa. That sounds delicious right about now. As for our wind gusts here on the Coachella Valley floor, Palm Desert, 8 miles per hour. Indio a little bit breezier at 12 miles per hour. As we go through the pass, 9 miles per hour, and Banning 7, so not super windy even there. Up in Big Bear, 7 miles per hour, quite similar to what it is here in the Coachella Valley. As for our 3-day forecast, brought to you by Comfort Air. 105 for our highs tomorrow, 101 Tuesday, 96 Wednesday. As for our lows, 74 Monday, 72 Tuesday, and 68 degrees Wednesday. Looking forward to that. We'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit. In case you missed it, the Earthwise Pet Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa hosted a pet adoption event for the Coachella Valley Cat Club. The Coachella Valley Cat Club is our Assistant News Director's nonprofit cat rescue. They rescue and rehome both abandoned and stray cats. Those who took the time to head out to the event and adopt a cute cat received a sample of Earthwise pet food to take home to their new furry friend. Hopefully some of those cats went home with some lovely families. For more information about the nonprofit, visit www.CoachellaValleyCatClub.org. And Palm Springs Mayor Ron DeHart has ordered all flags at city buildings and properties to have staff. It's to honor Harold Matzner, the local philanthropist who died this week. This is video of flags that were lowered outside of City Hall in downtown Palm Springs. Matzner donated more than $85 million to local nonprofits and helped revitalize the Palm Springs International Film Festival. The flags will fly at half-staff for 7 days. And in more local news, women's rugby is on the rise, and at a popular California rugby tournament, nearly half the teams are now women's squads. Our Kai Beach has a story.
Oh! The hard-hitting, full-contact sport of rugby is gaining popularity worldwide. And at the Tri-Tip Sevens Rugby Tournament in San Luis Obispo, that growth is especially clear on the women's side.
The sport continues to grow because girls are seeing people step up and be role models in the sport as well.
Lindsay Graff, tournament director and former player, says of the nearly 36 teams competing, almost half are women's squads. With the Women's Rugby World Cup underway, the sport's spotlight has never been brighter. For many women, rugby is much more than a game.
It's personally changed my life and has changed my friendships around me, and it's so exciting to see it just affect everyone's life and allow people to feel strong, feel empowered, strong in their own bodies.
It doesn't matter what size you are, how old you are, what your sexual orientation is, what your gender is, there's a place for everybody.
It's a way for us to be aggressive, It's a full contact sport, no padding. You can be any size, any skill set.
In 2025, nearly 2.7 million women played rugby globally, and women now make up almost a quarter of all rugby players. This according to World Rugby.
It just continues to grow exponentially, and the best thing is our daughters are watching us play now, and they're preparing themselves to start playing as well, and we're seeing that happening.
From local fields to the world stage, women's rugby is here to stay, and it's only getting stronger. I'm Kai Beach for NBC Palm Springs.
All right, we thank Kai Beach for that story. And news around the region, 2 men accused of stealing $60,000 in wedding gifts from a banquet hall in Glendale are now in custody. The suspects' arrests came about a week after the theft. Zach Boetto has more.
Police say the men in this video, seen snatching a gift collection box from a wedding in Glendale, then speeding away, have been arrested.
That's awesome.
Wow,
oh, that made me so happy. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sergeant Jose Barajas with the Glendale Police Department says Armin Shirahini on the left was the man who stole the gift box, and Andronic Avitesian on the right was the getaway driver. Barajas says these surveillance videos from the wedding venue were pivotal in helping detectives track down the men responsible, and they found more than the gifts at the suspect's residence.
When we did arrest these males, they were found with several guns, lots of narcotics, not good guys from what it seems, so we're happy to take them off the street.
$10,000 in cash, over 20 checks made out to the bride and groom, plus guns, drugs, and an all-black outfit similar to the one the suspect wore while stealing the gift box. Barajas says they don't know of any connections between the wedding party and the suspects, and they still don't know of a motive for the crime. But he says the men arrested have no prior criminal history.
We don't know of any connection. We don't know if this couple was specifically targeted. Like I said, there's various banquet halls throughout Glendale, weddings every single weekend. So they could have just looked at the venue itself and picked that one. They just happened to be the couple that was picked.
This newly engaged couple who we met outside of the scene of the crime says they're thinking about picking this venue for their wedding too. After hearing about the heist on the news this week and finding out about the arrests, they're hopeful that this could be the venue they choose for their wedding, and they already have a game plan to keep their gifts safe.
We just thought we would have to secure it better when it comes time for our wedding. Empty the box out every hour, make sure an uncle or aunt keeps an eye on it, just so that way you're secure,
Yeah.
Or else it could happen to anyone.
In a statement tonight, the bride and groom say while this incident was deeply unsettling, we are grateful that it has brought out the kindness and solidarity of the entire community.
Still ahead here on NBC Palm Springs, tens of thousands of Catholics gathered in St. Peter's Square today to witness the canonization mass led by Pope Leo for Carlo Acutis. Details on the saint known as God's influencer ahead. Plus, President Donald Trump attended the men's U.S. Open final in New York today. More on the memo that was sent out ahead. You're watching NBC Palm Springs. Stay with us.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Welcome back. Even butterflies need some words of encouragement. Monarch butterflies received a blessing in Badenoch Township, Michigan. NBC's Griffin Weinberg tells us where the butterflies are going and why people gather to send them off.
And people are always just amazed by the monarch butterfly. They are not only beautiful, but they are just amazing as a part of nature.
Just like snowbirds in the UP, monarch butterflies will travel south for the winter. Every year, their journey from Canada to Mexico includes a stop at Peninsula Point in Delta County.
We place a small sticker on the discal cell of its hind wing, and it has a code, and this code is recorded with the University of Kansas.
When tagged butterflies are found in Mexico, the Monarch Project is notified and receives a certificate.
To find it amongst millions in Mexico, I mean, millions of butterflies are gathered in the trees there. So, you know, to see a tagged butterfly might be 1 in a million, literally.
Before the monarch butterflies leave Peninsula Point, they receive a blessing from members of the UP Wild of Delta County.
There are no boundaries, you know, in creation. We're all responsible for helping to keep creation alive and well for future generations. And to me, the monarch is just a representation of that.
It is a way of gathering people. It's a way of communicating with each other and sharing our, our belief and our awe of nature. We have people that will travel down here to see the monarchs, and it's a beautiful thing.
The monarch butterflies will be here for a few more weeks. It's best to visit Peninsula Point the morning after a cold and rainy day.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I'd love to join in. One Las Vegas woman wanted to take simple steps towards better health, and now hundreds are following her lead. Victoria Saha has the story.
1, 2, 3. These women are getting ready for a morning walk.
Well, I started thinking about making this club in April, and I was a little bit hesitant to start it because that's when it started getting hot, so I didn't think very many people would be interested.
But founder Jada Franks later realized interest was just steps away. Her first call out on social media was July 12th, with about 65 women showing up for their first walk.
It makes me feel really good. I feel a little shaky because this is just so amazing to me.
Scrolling through social media is how I found out about the group. So I laced up and joined them 7 a.m. at Craig Ranch Park.
There's been a huge turnout each week, and I feel like we are just growing as the time goes on.
But there's such a huge crowd behind you. Everyone's waiting to follow your lead. Does that make you nervous at all?
It did the first time, but now I'm used to it. I enjoy leading their walks.
And those walking behind her are grateful.
People put North Las Vegas in this box that we don't have anything, and I'm so glad that these women decided to come up with this walking club because we need this.
I have been here for about 2 months, and I'm just really looking to focus on like health and wellness and just being around a group of women that are focused on the same thing that I'm focused on.
Y'all better come out.
As for Jada, every step of every walk leads to more women joining.
130 people. This is our biggest number.
Victoria Saha.
In news around the world, tens of thousands of Catholics gathered in St. Peter's Square today to witness the canonization mass led by Pope Leo for Carlo Acutis, known as God's influencer. Acutis was an Italian teenager who died of leukemia back in 2006. The teen's sainthood was approved by the late Pope Francis after Acutis was credited with a pair of miracles, helping to heal a young boy who suffered from a rare condition and a woman from a major head trauma. Many in the crowd holding photos of the first millennial saint in history, who will now be known as Saint Acutis. Pope Leo also canonized Pier Giorgio Frassati, another popular Italian who died young. And we're taking a live look now from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. We can see those lights shining upon those mountains on this beautiful night. Your full forecast is next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Back, we're taking a live look from our Walter Clark High 111 camera in Rancho Mirage. Not too many people out in Rancho Mirage at 11:17 p.m. this evening. It's okay. Safe to say everyone's tucked in bed. It's Sunday night, the day before work week. But as far as our conditions right now, we saw a high of 102 degrees today. Normally we would see typically 105, so we're 3 degrees shy of that. But hey, we set a record for this in 1977, 116 degrees. Thank goodness it is not that hot. We're 14 degrees shy of that, and nobody is complaining here. We're enjoying the tad bit of cooler weather here in the Coachella Valley. As for our low temps today, 80 Palm Springs, 81 Palm Desert, 80 in Indio, 73 in Thousand Palms, a little bit cooler there in the west end of the valley. As we get further west, Cabazon 74. But hey, if we want some real cool weather, head up to Big Bear City, as we keep mentioning, 43 degrees. Definitely need a hot coffee, hot cocoa, and a jacket over there. As for our high temps for tomorrow, Palm Springs 105, just a tad bit warmer than it is today. Banning 92, Cathedral City 107, Indio 106. Rancho Mirage 108, and Yucca Valley, the high desert, a little bit cooler, 93 degrees. As for our 7-day forecast, brought to you by Comfort Air, tomorrow highs 105, Wednesdays 96, Friday 97, back in that 90-degree weather. frame as for our weekend. Next weekend, hundreds for both Saturday and Sunday. As for our lows, 70s across the board, but 68 for Wednesday evening. A beautiful time to take an evening walk, walk the dog, walk your cat even. Whatever you want to enjoy the nice, cool weather. That was your full 7-day forecast. You're watching NBC Palm Springs. Stay with us.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to top
NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos. We have your game.
Welcome back, everyone. A full slate of Sunday football now in the books. The NFL is officially back in full swing. But Saturdays, yes, Saturdays, that's dedicated for collegiate football. The College of the Desert football team is putting together a roster comprised of a lot of familiar faces and a heck of a lot of homegrown talent. Take a look. The names you cheered for under the Friday night lights are now turning heads on Saturdays. Still repping the desert, but now on the collegiate stage at College of the Desert.
It's a great feeling to be back home, man. I started since I was 7 playing on this field, so it's definitely electrifying to be back on the field.
His first home game back here in the school where he played his collegiate, played his high school football at. So he's really excited about it, and I expected him to really shine tonight.
With COD's stadium still under renovation, the Roadrunners are calling Cathedral City High School their temporary home. A true homecoming for O'Shea Wallace and a full circle moment for several teammates who once battled under those same Friday night lights.
Rivals on the same team. I think it's pretty cool because we already know what they're about, and so then you know how they're gonna play and what you're expected to play. So I think us coming together, it's like a unit, I would say.
This Roadrunners roster reads like a who's who of local high school football stars. Along with O'Shea Wallace and Aiden Nsubiga, wide receivers Aaron Ramirez, the all-time leading rusher from Coachella Valley High, and Ryland Risk from Palm Desert are also key contributors.
I mean, I think it's like a great, I think the idea of College of the Desert, get all the high school guys in the Valley to get to come here and play, I think it's a fantastic idea because everyone here you could just build new relationships with, and like players like TJ Bosby goes to Xavier up the street. He's one of my better friends, so it's just like you would have never saw that happening, knowing the Cook Street rivalry and stuff. So I just think it's really cool, and I've become really close with a lot of these guys from the desert.
Get there. The COD football team currently sitting at 1-1 for the season. Their next home game at Cathedral City High School will be at 7 o'clock this coming Saturday when they host West LA. Live from inside 360 Sports, I'm Caitlin Kelly, and that'll do it for sports.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
President Trump attended the men's U.S. Open final in Queens, New York earlier this afternoon. Spain's Carlos Alcaraz took on Italy's Yannick Sinner. Alcaraz took his sixth major title in 4 sets, taking down the Italian. But the U.S. Tennis Association wanted the focus to be entirely on the match. A memo the USTA sent out to broadcasters asked them to refrain from showcasing any disruptions or reactions to the president's attendance. ESPN is broadcasting the event, and the match will also air on ABC. The USTA said its requests follow standard protocol. The association says it regularly asks its broadcasters to refrain from showing off-court disruptions. The president has attended a number of sporting events since the start of his second term. He was at the Super Bowl last February, and most recently, he attended the FIFA Club World Cup final back in July. The stars of the highest-grossing horror franchise in movie history are back for what's billed as their final film in the series. David Daniel has a preview.
When did this start?
Heather's confirmation.
7th of September.
There's something in the attic. Ed, there's an evil here. Something I've felt before.
Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga take one more turn as paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren in The Conjuring: Last Rites.
This thing in your house is a demon. It's the first one that we ever encountered.
If you've looked back on the cases that they've made into films, this really was the last one that was really well known.
I mean, you can throw all the haunted dolls and crooked men at the screen, but it's the love story, I think, that has made people stay.
Both Patrick and Vera were so just welcoming and helped make it a safe space to just feel free to try things and just not be afraid of falling flat on your face.
After all these years, it wasn't done with our family.
It was like a horror acting masterclass to watch the king and queen do their stuff.
St. Michael, defend us. Be our safeguard against the devil.
Maybe we'll just come back for fan events when we're in our 70s. I don't know.
Yeah. we left it all on the screen.
Yeah.
We've been waiting so patiently for you.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
These are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating. And we couldn't agree.
One Louisiana man nearly won one of the biggest lottery jackpots in history earlier this week, but he missed it by just a single number. John Stokes, who you just saw on your screen, bought a Powerball ticket in D. Ritter for Monday's drawing. The jackpot at the time was $1.1 billion, still a ton of money. He checked his numbers before going to bed that night and found out he was just one number shy of winning the jackpot. He matched 4 of the white ball numbers and the red Powerball number. His winnings were tripled since he added the Power Play option. As a result, he walked away with a $150,000 prize. Hey, that's a lesson to always check your Powerball tickets before going to bed. Well, thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your night.